shot went down. I don't think you can separate these two teams with a sledgehammer and a crowbar. You know, we were that close, and I think we made the last shot. They made the last shot, but it was half a second too late. And I think that's all that separated the teams. Two really tough defensive teams. Two teams who play with a lot of pride, a lot of heart. Two schools that continue to represent themselves at this level, I think with a lot of spirit and pride and determination. You know, all the things that we love sports for were on display today. And, you know, just my heart goes out to Coach Nash. What an outstanding job. What an outstanding coach he is. Forget the job that he did today and throughout this series. The guy is a class person, and he is an outstanding coach. And anybody that says anything different, they should shut their mouth real fast.
Well said.
And just all my congratulations and full credit to the Tamaraus. Tremendous opponent, and every bit as good as we were. And I don't think anybody deserved to lose today.
Coach, how did you think of your respective now Ateneo from the second round? How has this team changed in maturity from the second round to the two gutsy games that you played in battle? Now, are you ready enough for the finals against yourself?
I think it's not a question of change as much as it is evolved. This has been a process that we have dedicated ourselves to since we took the boys into, I don't know what kind of camp you want to call it, a boot camp or whatever in Balair. And we made some promises to one another. We made some commitments to one another. And since that time, I think we've been evolving as a basketball team. And obviously, we all evolve as individuals. And these players have grown up a lot this year. Are we ready for LaSalle? Well, we'll find out. And, you know, LaSalle has to be ready for us. They know that. Well-coached team, a tremendously talented team, and we look forward to meeting them starting very soon, I think.
Yeah, a couple of days to recover for that. So, Coach, one last question. What good things did you see in this game from your team as compared to the previous game? If there's anything that you really like as compared to the previous game?
I thought our rebounding was much, much better. Our dedication to accept the fact that Raymar Jose and Prince Arizu are in a class of their own when it comes to rebounding, particularly offensive rebounding, and we knew there was going to be nothing less than a war today, and that's exactly what it was. And I think we held our own today, and we had to. You know, we weathered the fourth quarter storm, which we knew was coming. Our guards did an outstanding job on Iran, and we took their winning formula in the fourth quarter that they hurt us so badly with a few days ago. We took that away from them, and we knew it was coming. Still, it's tough to stop them, even though you know it's coming. And that's what I was really proud of the boys. They knew it was coming, and they stood up to it, and they did a great job.
Coach, you mentioned it already. You mentioned the big battle you did to help you get this win. And I want to talk to the big kid right beside you, Isaac Go. First of all, what happened? How is your nose? All we saw was the blood gushing out. We weren't sure if you could come back in the game. We saw that it was an inverted elbow, likely from Prince, but in terms of the pain and what happened when you dropped on the floor, and how confident are you that you could still come back in the game?
I think what happened was, I think it seemed like it seemed more painful because I really dove for the ball. It was loose ball. It's just a bit sore now. I think I just overreacted with the blood coming out. I knew this. I needed to stay on the floor. That we needed to stay in the game. That at that point in the game, that it was winning time. There's no point in getting out the game. Injury, you have to stand on the side. If the game's on the line, you have to play.
So in other words, it looked worse than it is. Okay, one last question, Isaac. It's not going to get any easier. Bala, Trotter in the finals. Your thoughts on that?
As Coach Tab said, that we just have to prepare for them. They're a great team. They 13-1 the elimination. They beat Adamson. They're a winning team. They're a class. They have the MVP. They got Jaron Tang in the medical five. They're a great team, but we just have to prepare and get ready for them.
Get some rest. Good luck. Congratulations to you, Coach Tab, the rest of the team, and the Ateneo community. And we will leave you to our friends of the press.
bit of a blur right now. It was just trying to figure out ways to get quality shots against their zone, and again, we have a lineup that we really believe in terms of the defense. We have a lineup that we know is a tougher lineup to zone, and it was difficult to get our offensive lineup out there on the floor to attack their zone. Again, credit to Coach Nash, just a great game plan. And so, it was really trying to construct some shots that we could put the ball in the basket and hammer the offensive boards ourselves and put some points on the board. But, we knew that we were going to have to defend in order to win. So, just trying to get our noses ahead in the overtime and in the fourth quarter and close it out with defense. And, I guess we ended up doing it.
Decision to give Marshall after putting the game. He wanted to play.
He was just tired. The blood was all fake. No, the players make those decisions. Isaac said, I went over to him, I said, is it broken? And the doctor said, no, it's not broken. And I said, get back out there. And so he said, let me get the bleeding stopped and I'll be right there. So that's all.
Coach, it took 8 years before Ateneo made play.
Look, I think we need to enjoy this. Normally I'm not a big fan of telling a team to enjoy a semifinal win. I think it's, you should really get right down to business with the final. But we've really labored the point this year that this is an incredibly young team. And this is an incredibly special win for this team to beat the defending champions, to come back from the game one loss, do this without G-Boy Babylonia, our leader. And nobody talks about him, and that's a crime for you people not to understand how important the captain of our team and one of our toughest rebounders and the anchor of our defense. He is the anchor of our defense. How important he is, and how much steeper the mountain became when we lost him to the ACL injury. And now we've got to face really tough interior lineup with LaSalle again without him. But we'll just keep doing what we do. Just try to find a way. And we'll see if we can do that. But these guys are going to enjoy this game. They deserve it. They have the right to do it.
Coach, you talk about Isaac's development from day one to this season and now.
It's a really interesting story. When I joined the organization, I looked around and I said, what do we have for big men? And everybody pointed at G-Boy and EK, and nobody said anything about Isaac. And I said, well, what about the big fat kid over there? And they said, well, he can do some things, but he really doesn't have much experience and didn't play much last year. As soon as I saw him play, I said, this kid has something. And I told Isaac, I said, you're not going to eat rice anymore. And he said, but my mom will get upset with me if I don't eat rice. And I said, I'm already upset with you that you're telling me that. So we started to work on his body and we started to work on his mind because the skill set and the intelligence and the confidence were already there. And again, like this team, he's just an evolving commodity. And I think we're going to see some pretty special things from this kid over the next few years. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. He's going to be in a war for the next week. But he has shown everything that I like in a basketball player. He's shown intelligence. He's shown heart. He's shown intensity. Now he has shown some pretty good toughness. And this is what great players are made of. So with a lot more hard work, staying on the path that he's on, he's an incredibly humble kid. You're never going to get anything out of him. We'll see. But I think he has a big upside.
Talk about the final today where he had to rush back.
do his job. You know, they all have to do their job. They know that. But I don't think he did anything remarkable there. He did the job. Maybe Fat Isaac wouldn't have gotten it, and that's a credit to our coaching staff, the work that they've done. You know, they've turned him into a much better athlete than he was, and we're going to see a lot more development there from all of these kids. But they did their job, and that's what I'm proud of. They were professional today. If they don't see that we're the underdog, they're blind. We are prohibitive underdogs in this tournament. But the confidence that we take from having beaten them once, at the same time knowing that, you know, that was a team that was a little bit complacent. That was a team that was on a 12-game run. That was a team that had beaten us soundly before. So we know that we're not going to see the same Green Archers team in game one. But I think that we have some momentum. We have certainly some inspiration to take from that win today, and we're going to stand in front of them. We are not going to bow out of the way. We are not going to open the door for them. We're going to bloody them, just like I'm sure they want to bloody us. Exactly. You know, it's a great point, and it's not just a great point for the players you saw out on the court. There's so many lessons to be derived from that series, that game, those scenarios, what we're confronting now, how we prepare. You know, I just feel so blessed to be involved in that process with them. I've been through things like this on several occasions in my career, and these guys are outstanding to work with. They really listen. They're a credit to the university. They're a credit to the community and the Ateneo community. And you know, we are going to really extract a lot of lessons. I mean, this is basketball playoffs 401. You know, this is a high level stuff. So it'll be great for them. It's a great question. Thank you all very much. I just want you to know that I dedicate